Welcome in, Meta fam. We got to do a video just on this here alone. There's an article out here on thefederalist.com, and huge shout out here to Ryan Lemke. You can follow him on Twitter at RyanLemke12. So make sure you go follow him here on Twitter. Now, we got METATERRY News sharing this. I retweeted this. A lot of people here retweeted. Uncle Smokey talked about it. Lots of people has been giving this article attention here over to Twitter. I want to do a whole video dedicated to this article here for YouTube because some people are not on Twitter and they're not going to see it. So I'm going to read this whole article. I'm going to take off the camera. We're going to read through it and go over this article here. So let's get to it. Here you can see how the Finance Regulatory Authority allegedly protected retail investors is screwing them over by Ryan Lemke. It's a 6-minute read. Here you can see the Finra here. Everyday investors are sick of synthetic shares and naked shorts that screwed them over during GameStop and AMC fiasco, but it is happening again. And there's Ryan's picture and name. You may be familiar with the GameStop and AMC fiasco that happened in 2021 when Robinhood, a stock trading app, halted investors' ability to buy or sell their stocks while those stocks were significantly rising in price. This was a clear and criminal way for Robinhood to protect their hedge fund buddies on Wall Street and screw over their investors. Investors started asking themselves, if brokerages and regulator agencies allow this to happen, can they get away with anything? That question was answered with a resounding yes, and a year and a half later, when the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, FINRA, halted the buying and selling of a Series A preferred dividend for metamaterials, Mmtlp. We'll get into what happened shortly, but it's important to understand who Finra is and how they have direct role in what happened to Mmtlp and its investors. Finra's mission is to protect investors and ensure the market's integrity. We work every day to ensure that everyone can participate in a market with confidence. As we dive into what happened with MetaMaterials Inc. and Mmtlp this year, the key word to keep in mind is everyone. First one here is shorting Torchlight. It started with Torchlight Energy Resources, a small cap company listed on NASDAQ. They own 97,500 acres of land in the Oro Grande Basin in Texas. This land was presented as one of the largest discoveries of oil and gas in U.S. soil since 1970s. It has an estimated 3.2 billion barrels of recoverable oil as well as surplus of natural gas. Despite all the positive news coming out of Torchlight, their stock price was seeing unusual trading patterns from heavy shorting. This caused the price of their stock to drop 20 cents per share. They then struggled to raise capital needed to continue drilling wells and meet their drilling quotas. Due to heavy shorting, Torchlight CEO John Berta had to do something major to save the company and ultimately their gold mine of oil and gas. They decided to merge with MetaMaterials, a Canadian developer of high-tech materials and nanocomposite products. With this merger, Torchlight shareholders received a special non-tradable dividend that would be converted to cash when Torchlight oil and gas assets were sold. There's a total of 165,472,241 special dividends distributed. That's an important number to remember since the stock was heavily shorted. The short positions that caused Torchlight stock to drop 20 cents did not close out their positions when they were supposed to. There was an estimated 30 million shares not closed out. The illegal naked shorting only got worse from there. Torchlight shareholders started to see a temporary non-tradable dividend placeholder in their brokerage accounts, Mmtlp. Following the legal structure of the merger approved by the SEC in October 2021, Torchlight CEO John Berta said he got a call telling him to take a look at his brokerage account. Berta disclosed the entire situation in a 48-minute YouTube interview. You can click on this link here, and it'll take you to the YouTube interview link. We'll touch base on that later. Finra approves illegal trading. Much to Berta's surprise, the non-tradable dividend placeholder was trading on the OTC markets, over-the-counter market, without the company's consent. 1 to 2 market makers illegally made this ticker tradable using outdated company information despite the merger documentation stating that this dividend placeholder will not be tradable just so they could close out their illegal naked short positions. Later in October 2021, Finra and OTC Markets approved the registration of MMTLP to start trading, despite illegally making this tradable without the company's consent. Metamaterials announced that Torchlight assets would be spun into a private company called Nextbridge Hydrocarbons. This is important because there can be zero short shares in a private company, essentially trapping all short positions. The only way they can get rid of their short shares is to buy back shares, which will cause the price of MMTLP to rise significantly in price. After multiple revisions of the document needed to make this type of move, the SEC and Finra both approved all the dates and the transition to a private company. Although there are a lot of similarities between the short squeezes of GameStop and AMC experience, the thing they never had was an end date. This entitled the nickname MOAS, the mother of all short squeezes. MMTLP's last day to purchase shares and eligible for the dividend was December 8th, 2022. The final trading day was December 12th, 2022. The distribution date of the private Nextbridge hydrocarbon shares was December 14th, 2022. After retail investors got screwed during the GameStop and AMC fiasco, they had become educated in a powerful group of investors who are sick of synthetic shares and naked shorts. They realized how valuable MMTLP was due to the amount of excessive short positions, as well as the ticker having an end date. What naked shorts didn't anticipate was retail investors holding their positions to the very end to those dates. On December 8th, the naked shorts dropped MMTLP's price from $12.90 to $2.90, with only 2 days left to close out their estimated 300 plus million short positions. What this told retail investors that there had to be 300 million plus shares purchased when legally there was only supposed to be 165 million. It was name your price situation with only 2 days left of trading. On December 9th, with an incoming short squeeze, Finra halted the selling of MMTLP due to extraordinary events. Yes, the same crooked organization that approved the dates halted the selling of shares with the 2 trading days left. This illegally forced every single retail investor that held MMTLP into a private company when they were expected 2 more trading days to choose whether they wanted to sell their shares or take them into Nextbridge Hydrocarbons. Finra stole that choice from 65,000 honest investors. They stole life-changing money from teachers, single mothers, police officers, nurses, and everyday people who were counting on that money just to bail out of the richest people in the world. Remember Finra's mission: to protect investors and ensure markets integrity. We work every day to ensure that everyone can participate in markets with confidence. Enough is enough. We demand a free and fair market. All investors and non-investors in the U.S. stock market should be fed up. We are in a system that does not allow you to win. The rich are protecting the rich. The organizations that are supposed to be protecting their investors and ensuring fair markets are working backdoor deals with hedge funds and doing anything they want, even if it means screwing others over. Hedge funds CEOs sit on Finra's board of directors, the same organization that allegedly exists to ensure markets integrity. The same organization allows naked shorting, which has destroyed thousands of promising companies with zero repercussions, including promising pharmaceutical, technology, and healthcare companies. Companies that could save millions of lives and change the world. Enough is enough. This is our time to stand up and fight for a free and fair market. Thank you for this article here, Raleigh Lemke. Thank you so much, man. Fantastic here. I'm going to go back down here to this link. Click on this link, and it's going to take us here.
Live streaming can be tricky, and sometimes trying to find the right...
There we go.
Good morning. This is Al from Boston, along with...
So here is the link. This is going to be John Berta on the Al from Boston show, which is the Conspiracy Theorist show. This is a wonderful, wonderful interview with John Berta on that show. It gives you the whole history. It gives you what's going on. And it basically touches base on this article. So yeah, hope you got a lot of value out of that article. It does talk about the history, everything going on, and it gets you up to date what's going on. And I agree with everything that he has put in that article. Thank you again, Riley, for that. Guys, hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash thumbs up, drop a comment down below. I'll catch y'all in the next video, guys. Peace.